Alright, what's going on, guys? My name is Dragonical. I'm going to be making a quick Flowerflow tutorial. I just felt like this needed to be made, basically because there isn't really any out there. So I'm basically just going to do the trick and kind of explain the different ways of doing it. There are a couple ways of doing it, and then there are a couple ways of doing it strats post Flowerflow, so I'm going to be showing those too. First, I'm just going to show off the trick and how I do it, and then I'll kind of explain it after. So, first when you walk into this room, basically the trick begins when you interact with this flower. So I'm just going to do it, and then I'm going to explain afterwards. So, alright, so now I'm going to kind of explain what I just did there. So the first step of this trick, basically when you walk into this room, just do a couple taps upwards so you can interact with the flower. And then you can count 10 steps here, or you can just wait until you see the flower pop up on your screen. Now you're going to overflow the flower, like so. And then once you see this text, you're basically going to open the menu, go to where the punch card is. Oh, hold on, I messed up there. Also, I'm in debug mode, so I can just speed up. So once you overflow, you have a short time to press Enter, Shift, and Z. Or Enter XZ, whichever you prefer. Basically, you just want to clear the overflow text box and keep the punch card open. So once you overflow, basically just do these this sequence of key presses, and you can look at my note board to basically see what I'm doing if you prefer. So once you overflow, open the menu again, go to punch card, and press those 3 keys. And then once you see Undyne walking towards you, you can close the punch card and walk over to this pixel. And this is where we can set up the next part of the trick. So let me just get to that point again real quick. So overflow, keep the punch card open, walk over towards Undyne. And then there are 2 ways of doing this part of the trick. I'm going to show the first one with the punch card. So once you get to this part of the wall, basically just open the punch card and start mashing away this text. Once you clear all of this text, you're going to need to open the punch card and close the punch card in very quick succession. Or actually, sorry, you're going to need to open the punch card right after the text disappears so you can regain movement. So basically it's going to look like this. And then you're going to have full movement during this cutscene. And then once you do this, you can just keep mashing this away. But after that part of the trick, you're basically free to move anywhere. And that's basically the whole point of this trick. So another option of doing this trick is doing it with the cell phone, which makes it a lot easier because it limits your inputs to 2 instead of 3. So if you do it with a cell phone, get to this text box nobody picked up, and once you hear Undyne start talking, start mashing away, and then once you clear, just press open the menu and spam Enter and Z, and that will get you the phone call where you can regain movement. And then during this little cutscene, when you have time, just switch your menu back to items so you can use the punch card again. Alright, now I'm going to show off the strats you can do after you get Flowerflow. There's basically a slow one and a fast one. So I'm just going to do Flowerflow and then I'll show you guys. Also, I definitely recommend using the cell phone because it wastes 0 time and is very consistent. It's a lot more consistent than the punch card strat. Okay, so once you mash all this text away, and Undyne goes off the screen, once you see your camera move back to the right, you can start walking, and at this point you would want to kind of open the punch card info text box and get to this, so you can use it to overflow wrong warp into this room. That's one way of doing that, and then you can basically just keep going up until Undyne and proceed into Hotland. Another strat you can do, which is easier but loses a little bit of time, is just do Flowerflow as normal. And since I'm doing Flowerflow a lot, you guys can just like pause and watch this over and over again. So yeah, basically just do Flowerflow as normal. And then instead of opening the info, if it's too fast of inputs for you, you can just walk over to this part and you'll be right in front of the flower and you can just wrong warp as normal. And that's a little slower just because of the extra walking and positioning you have to do. I personally recommend just using the punch card strat, or the info strat, but it's basically just personal preference. Alright, so now I'm just going to do the trick one more time, and I'm going to try to explain my inputs as I go along. So, overflow the flower, clear the text box, keep the punch card open, wait until the screen lights up, walk over to this pixel, get to nobody picked up, mash through Undyne's text, open the phone call again, go to nobody picked up, wait for Monster Kid, mash the text, go back up to item, and mash the rest of the cutscene away, and you should be good. And then after, if you're doing it the optimal way, walk to about here, and go to info, scroll through one text, and use it to overflow wrong warp. And after that, it's normal until Undyne. So yeah, I hope this guide basically summarized all the strats you can do for Flowerflow and after Flowerflow. If you guys have any more questions, hit me up in the comments below, and I'll be trying to make a couple more of these in the future. Basically, if new strats come out or there are strats that don't have video guides, I'm going to try and make some. So yeah, let me know what I can do to improve on these, and I'll see you guys in the next one.